So, for day 2 of Vlogmas, I'm not going to be vlogging my life, but I'm going to try to post videos up until Christmas, and then Christmas morning, I'm going to hopefully post what I got for Christmas, you know. So if you want to continue watching this train wreck of a mess, which is me, hello, hi, I'm the problem. Taylor Swift joke. Oh my god, I love Taylor Swift. Subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment, and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that link down below in the description. And yeah, so basically, what the hell happened with my friend breakup was that it was traumatic. And I did a lot of stuff. Don't think I did not. I was not an angel. I was angry and very hurt. Super duper angry and hurt. So long story short, honestly, I started the friendship breakup, but then she ended it. Like it's kind of confusing. So, she had an ex-boyfriend. Let's call him James. So James and my ex-best friend were together for not that long, honestly, maybe like 6 months. I don't really know. So in March, I asked him, like, on Instagram DM, I was like, like, totally question, you can be completely honest, I won't get mad. I was not expecting what he was going to say. I was like, hey, like, do not like me. It's along the lines of that, you know. It's been quite a long time, so it's kind of been a blur a little bit. So I was like, do not like me. He was like, no, gonna be honest with you. This is the reason why I don't like you, which is that I unintentionally didn't realize I was losing my best friend. Let's call her Nikki. Let's call her Nikki. So I was accidentally, accidentally, unintentionally using Nikki, and I didn't realize that, and I should have realized that, but, you know, kind of a dum-dum here, and with my autism, it kind of makes it really hard to understand, like, body cues, and, like, plus with text messaging, it's all, like, a whole mess. Anyway, so I didn't realize that until she, like, literally through text message, I was like, hey, do you mind if I buy something and send it to your house, and you can just send it to me, or, like, when the next time we hang out, you know, you can take it with you and, like, give it to me, like, in person. And she was like, this is what I mean, saying, like, you're using me. And I was like, oh, got it. So I was like, oh, got it. Now I understand what you mean. This is what I did. So that was in January. I think it was January 9th of 2022, earlier this year. So because of that, I was like, oh, okay, so now I understand. And part of that was I was using her for a car, because I can't drive. I mean, I can. It's a lot, you know. So I was using her for a car, and I didn't think I was using her for a car, but, like, you know. So, and plus, like, I put her in situations where she didn't really want to, and she vocalized that, and I was, like, a typed person, so, like, you know, clearly, I was in the wrong, and I apologize, and I still feel so bad. Like, I don't know why, like, my brain didn't get it. Like, come on, Brenner, like, you can't be that stupid. So, yeah, so I talked to her, like, I apologized. I was like, hey, I'm, like, so sorry, I did not mean it. And she was, like, saying, like, to the text message, like, a really bad friend, which, like, really hurt my feelings. But, like, I needed the truth, and it said, like, hey, thank you for telling me the truth. Like, I love that. Like, it hurts, like, a lot to hear that. But, like, I needed the truth, and, like, thank you for telling me. Like, don't be afraid to tell me the truth. Like, even if it's gonna hurt my feelings, like, please. Like, I'm, like, thank you for the wake-up call, basically. So, from that, I was saying, like, hey, I'm going to try my best, like, really hard. Obviously, I know I can't change, like, in a day, in a week, so I'm gonna try my best really hard to try my best. And if you feel like I'm doing something wrong, text me, call me, whatever. If I ask you, you know, like if I'm doing okay, just like, cause like it was kind of like I would think that, like, for me personally, why I would say like, hey, I'm gonna text you if I'm doing okay. Like, I mean, words are so hard to say. I was said, hey, text me. I mean, I was saying, I'm going to text you to text me if I'm doing okay, you know, because like I may think I'm doing okay, but like I could be totally wrong. So like I need you to be honest with me. And she was like, yeah, okay, got it, yeah. So I thought I was doing that. Turns out it wasn't. So February, we had the Valentine's Day. It wasn't February 13th, but it was February 12th. I'm pretty sure February 12th or February 11th. It was on a Friday. So we did a Valentine's Day together, and you know, I baked her cookie. No, not cookie. Maybe no. I baked her like a cookie cake, but in a pan of a heart. And you know, cause it was like Valentine's, and it was like really cute. And I wrote her like a little card. I'm pretty sure. I kind of forgot. So it was like a lot. So because of that, we hung out, and you know, we talked, and you know, like she and her boyfriend, James, were kind of going through like a little rough time where like she hung out with a guy, and he was like I'm okay with this, and then she was like, oh, I really like this like guy, and it's like, what are you saying? Like what the hell? So she was explaining it to me, and I was like, okay, got it, you know, like just talking her through that as a friend would. And she asked like, oh, do you think I should break up with him? And I was like, truthfully, no, I don't think you should break up with him. So basically that day was fine, you know, and then they went through a little something on Valentine's Day, Sunday or Monday, I'm pretty sure, and so it's like, okay. She didn't tell me that until like a few weeks later, like, because it was about her ex-friend. I don't know the friends. I'm assuming the friends. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's call him Bobby. You know who you are. I doubt he watches it. Like, I really doubt anyone watches it. But, yeah, Bobby, short for, you know what I'm saying. You know, you can probably search it up. So Bobby and her dated each other like years ago. They broke up. Then they dated each other again in 2020, and then he broke up with her. Long story short, it basically was like, yeah, like I wish we were dating or something like that. She was like saying, oh, I think you're hot, stuff like that. And he, mind you, he has a girlfriend. Pretty sure he still has that same girlfriend. I could be wrong, but I'm going to assume he does for the sake of the story. So because of that, it was such a mess. So, and with me accidentally using her, like it wasn't just like a one-time thing. I was doing it multiple times, and I didn't realize that until January. She told me, and so obviously when you have a boyfriend, she would tell this, you know, because they're dating. So he was like, yeah, this is why, and you know, you were using her, and plus, sorry, that's my question. I kind of wanted to lose my virginity, and I was kind of like putting her in this uncomfortable position to like drive me and like, you know, be the scapegoat. Shouldn't have done that, and so now I know. And so because of that, she was just like really upset. Understandably so, rightfully so. So he was like, yeah, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm sorry, but like I understand she tells you stuff, like, but like I thought I solved it with her. I didn't know how to solve it with you. Like, I get it, like you're defending her on her behalf, but like I thought me and her were good, so it was like. Long conversation, a lot of tears on my part. So I just texted her like, hey, like, do you not want to? Oh, totally forgot another thing was prom. So I was supposed to go to prom with her in May. I thought it was like in like May, and you know, because of that, he's from Ireland, so we're from Georgia. So he was supposed to fly in April, but got pushed back. No, March, but then it got pushed back into May, and it was like May, no, April. It was pushed back into, sorry, I forgot. So it was pushed back to April 30th, and that was when he was supposed to come, which I thought the prom was happening in May, because from what I understood, like, for her, we went to the same school. For her prom, it was like in May, so it was like, my thinking, no, I was wrong. So she was like, I didn't really want to go, and I was like, great, you know. We talked about this for like months, literally like almost a year, like, and then it was like, oh, and it didn't like start, it wasn't like an official thing, I think, until like December, January, and where like I started to like do everything, you know. And she was like, yeah, like totally sure, like we got this, we're gonna go. She was dating another guy like in August, so at that time it was just basically, yeah, we're good to go for prom. So she didn't want to go to prom, and it was sad, and it was also the day that he was supposed to come, and he didn't want to be alone, and her parents didn't want him to be alone, because like, mind you, he's 29, I think he's now 30. He has 3 kids, sadly 2 passed. So clearly, obviously she was 18 at this point, freshly like 18 when they started dating in November. So basically, because of that, she was like, no, and I was like, great, so you basically lied to me, and I was very upset, and I was like, do you want to go? You don't have to go, okay, you don't. And so it was like, she was gonna go, she wasn't gonna go, but then she was gonna go, because her parents made her promise to do that, because she promised me before he met her, before she started dating, and it's a promise, da-da-da, and so, yeah. So I was like, hey, if you don't want to go, you can go. You don't have to go. And so I was just like, you know what, maybe we should take a break of being friends. And I was like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be friends. And so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna think about this. So she thought about it for like a couple days, and she ended the friendship. So, with that, she ended it with a 2-minute voice note. I don't have it now, because I have on my phone where it like deletes automatically after 2 minutes. Whether or not you've heard it or not, it just like, it deletes it, I'm pretty sure. So I listened to that. She blocked me on Insta, Snap, you know, phone. So, you know, which I understand. I'm not blaming her for that. So after that, I cried. I was really depressed, like so depressed, because it was my first friendship in like forever, and like I made a lot of mistakes. But one thing that really pisses me off so very much so, that I don't think I will ever get rid of, like get like this like grudge, but also like hate and like resentment and just like anger and all these feelings, is she said that yeah, I'm basically tired of you waiting to catch up to me. And it's just like, that was a ginormous, big, fat insecurity that I've said to her many times. And it's like, oh, I'm surprised you haven't left me because of my autism, or because I can't drive, I don't have a job, and I don't go to college, I'm not dating, I don't have like other friends, I don't have that much life experience like you do, typically most teenagers do. So she was like, no, like, I love your autism, and I quote, she said, like, I love your autism, like, if you didn't have autism, I don't think we would be friends. I'm like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. So because of that, a lot of anger towards that part, because it was a big insecurity for me, and so part of it, like, I understand, because I did use her, but the second part was specifically for that, and it's like, so basically, like, you lied to me? Great. So I've been lied to basically for, I don't know how long I've been lied to in this friendship. So you basically you are, in fact, like, were waiting for me to play catch up. And I didn't realize this until she said that, was like, oh, I actually don't want to lose my virginity. Like, I wasn't ready for it. I mean, I was ready, but I wasn't ready. And it was like, I only wanted to, and I kept pushing so hard, was so that I could be cool like you. I could, like, show you, like, hey, I may not have all these things, but I like you. Like, I can still do this stuff, like, you know? And so, because of that, we're no longer friends, and yeah, that stung part of it. So now flash forward to a couple more months until like July-ish, June-ish area, towards the end of June to July, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, did something I shouldn't have done. I posted an Instagram real video post. I still have it. And it was just kind of bashing her because her ex-boyfriend, we're not talking about James, they broke up like literally like a month ago because she had feelings with some other guy. I don't know, it's a problem. She had like a serial cheating problem, which really broke my heart. So I hope she's okay with, I hope she's okay now with that. So because of that, she ended up going back to this other guy who she ended up dating in August of 2021 for a few months, like maybe 6 months or so. Okay, I mean, basically she dated, let's call him Jonas. So she dated Jonas from like, I think, April until like August, but they broke up for a day, and then they got back together, so then they were together up until like November, basically that week, Thanksgiving or so maybe, and then she started dating James, and basically she's been talking to James because they met through a gaming, and they didn't really like each other, they hated each other, but then they started talking, you know, so emotionally cheating on him. I say Jones, Jonas Jones, basically that's the name for him. So that's how that happened. So they got back together. I was like, ooh, and how I knew that was from James. He told me they're fucking back together, and I was like, no, and I hated him so much. So because of that, he contacted me saying like, hey, like I said like, oh, are you single? Just thinking like, because I was like, another friend that she introduced me to, that we stopped being friends and acquaintance friend, whatever, and she was like, yeah, not sorry, he, now it's he, was basically saying, I said, like, search up her name just on Instagram for me since I'm blocked. And he was like, yeah, says like they're together, and it's like says his name, and it's like, you know, like a ring, it's like, blah, it's like gross, I don't like that, blah. And so apparently like, they broke up. And so on Snapchat, I had a second Snapchat account, and I was Snapchat friends with Jones/Jonas, that's the name, and so I just did that, and I was like saying, are you single? And he's like, is this Brenna? I'm like, how did you fucking know? And I was like, yes, and so I lied. I was basically saying like, oh, you know, I'm trying to stalk my like ex-friend or like ex, and it's just like he knew right through the lie. Obviously I was just like trying my best, but you know, so he was like, yeah, we're not together and I'm single, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he was like, yeah, she cheated on me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, that sucks. And so I just explained, you know, everything. So I don't know, basically, apparently she lied to me more than once, and, oh yeah, I totally forgot, we're going out of store, we're going in and out. With James, he told me, like, certain things, like, I asked her, and she was like, yeah, I'm fine with this, you know, which is fine, but she lied, and she felt like she couldn't talk to me because I would always talk to myself, like talk about myself, and like, so that's why I said, like, hey, be honest, like, tell me if I'm doing this, like, tell me if I'm talking about myself, like, I need you to be honest, like, I think I'm doing okay, but I'm not, like, am I not? And she was like, yeah, no, that was a lie, apparently, so she didn't tell me that, and so it's just a month with that, and many other lies, you know, and it's like, yeah, so, great. So it seemed like she kind of made it seem like she was always, I don't know, like maybe the victim? Or like, I don't know, like, it's kind of hard without giving you like the dirty details that I know, besides just like basically, I mean, this is the dirty details, but like the nitty gritty stuff. So it's kind of just like, I'm trying to think. So after that, he just explained it, so I posted the Instagram video saying like, so it turns out you're a B, and I was completely lied to, and it's like, no, I think you're the problem, or you're the dramatic one, or you're the crazy one, something. So she unblocked me, and, you know, said like, why did you do this? And was like, da-da-da-da, why do you still have this? Yeah, when you're dating this other guy, so she added me at my secondary Snapchat, and clearly she was dating a guy, let's call him Nick, let's call him Nick. So Nick was Jones's co-worker, and so they cheated, sort of like da-da-da. So they're together, and then, you know, they're now broken up. So yeah, she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm still together with my ex when really I'm with this new guy, and it's like, and I'm like, why do that? And so I was just like explaining to her, and it was like, this is it, like all of the reasons, many messages, I still have them. And she was like saying, you know, like, I'm positive we can never be friends. And I was like, okay, that made me cry, but you know what? If I didn't do that, I'm pretty sure you would like not want to be my friends with me, because you wouldn't want to remember that like bad history, but also because I doubt you would honestly be honest with me for once in your goddamn life. I mean, there's few things that she was honest with me, but I don't know if my whole friendship with her was honest. So I was very angry, that's why I did that. And yeah, and so how I found out a lot of things was from her friends. Let's call her Abby. So she and her are friends, and I like followed her on Instagram. I was like, hey, can you explain this? And she was like, yeah, it's because she felt you were codependent. It's like, oh, I didn't think we were codependent. She never told me, you know, like, she never told me this, she never told me that, she never told me this. It's like, and so she was saying, well, it's probably because you talked a lot about yourself, and it's like, you're right, but like, when I clearly like asked for you to tell me stuff, be honest, it's like, I'm giving you the permission, like, you don't need permission, but I'm giving you, like, tell me the true facts. Like, when I ask, I'm going to be asking you for the truth. And she was like, yeah. And so found a lot of stuff out, which sucks, to know that your friendship was kind of like a whole lie, and that basically I felt like I cared more about her more than me. Because one thing I will never forget she said is like, it's not your job to care anymore. Okay, so from the immediate, like, basically from the time you broke up with me, I'm supposed to, like, not care, like, I'm not supposed to love you, and I'm not supposed to wish you the best, and not wish, like, okay, so I'm sorry that, like, I can't switch off my feelings like that, like, you can't, basically, and apparently, yeah, I did some terrible shit, like, so bad, like, what I did was terrible, and I just got rid of the video, and then I reposted it after she and her friend, Abby, she blocked me from her Instagram because one of the things she told me was, like, Abby was using her boyfriend for, like, money to go to tickets to Hamilton, to go to tickets to an NF show, to do this. She was, like, using him, basically. And it was like, hey, like, be honest, like, is this, like, a true thing? Like, I hope to God it's, like, a true thing, so that I know at least one sliver of hope in my mind that something in our friendship was true. So apparently she was, like, saying, I don't know what you're saying, but she's never lied to me, she's never done this, she blocked me, so I don't know. Maybe yes, I don't know, honestly. So yeah, very long, out of the place story, but basically that's what happened with my breakup. Still hurts knowing a lot of that, and it hurts a lot knowing that I cared so much more about her. And the thing is, after all I did to her, like, obviously I understand why she would hate me or, like, not want to talk to me in the future. Like, I'm not blaming her, but it's like, I don't know, you just don't turn off your feelings like that. I mean, unless you do, then great power to you. Clearly worked for her. So yeah, it's like, I still think about her, like, her favorite color is purple. She has her favorite animal is a butterfly, and I literally have it tattooed right here. It's on my Instagram if you want to see the picture. And you know, I'm not gonna get it lasered off, I'm not gonna get it covered, like, so it's like, I don't know if she has done that with her or she's planning to or not. To me, maybe it seems like she hasn't. I don't really know from asking from her ex. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just feels like there's, like, so many answers that need to be answered. So many questions that needs to be answered, and it's like, I feel like I'm never gonna get those, and it's like bugging me, and it's like I will never get them. And it's sad. I mean, like, if I one day become successful, I'm still going to, like, have that, like, fond memories, and, like, have her in my, one day again, if I become successful, like, have her in my will, like, donate her something, like, money, like, why would I do that? Like, after everything that I did to her, why would I do that? And after everything she did to me, why would I do that? So it's just like, I don't know. So yeah, after this, I hope you understand this may be just, like, a stupid video that I may regret posting. But yeah, it's the story of my breakup, and I'm still healing from it, you know. I have more trust issues, you know. It's like, I feel like I have to change my entire personality because of my autism. I basically have to shut up, not show that I'm autistic, and just basically be a giant person of myself, like a giant, like, I don't know, in order for people to like me and want to be friends with me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this chaotic mess of a video. I'm sorry it's not so woo out there, but just kind of wanted to get this off my chest, you know. Like I will admit that I've done something that's bad, like I shouldn't have done, with that. I'm not an angel, for sure, but, yeah, let's see. I'm just hoping, what I want to know is, in the next 5 to 10 years, if, I don't know, I wonder where I'm going to be at, if I'm going to be alone, if I'm going to have good friends. So yeah, if I do, yay. If I don't, well, kind of already predicted that. She probably predicted that too, from the guess of, like, why she left. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Dang, it's a chaotic mess. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Just need to get that off my chest, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.